Do it. I'll call the February 4th, 2019 City Council meeting to order. Call of the roll.
John Hawkins,
Here.
Matt McKinney,
Here.
Brian Miller,
Here.
Jim Talbot, Logan Welch,
Here.
Call for motion to approve the agenda.
So moved. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Section A, petitions, communications and requests. This is the time of the meeting that a citizen may address the council on a matter not on the agenda. Except in cases of emergency, the city council will not take any action at this meeting, but may ask the city staff to research the matter or have the matter placed on the agenda for a future meeting. Got anything exciting to come up and tell us tonight, or? Don't want to announce anything? I don't have anything. Anything we need to tell? All right. Item B, minutes and claims. The following items have been deemed uncontroversial routine actions to be approved by the council in a single motion. If a council member or a member of the audience wishes to have an item removed from this list, it will be considered in its normal sequence on the agenda. Item 1 is minutes of January 21st, January 28th special session and January 28th goal session 2019. Item 2 is a resolution on payroll for period ending January 19 and paid on January 25th. Item 3 is a resolution on bills and funds lists. How would you like to?
I move to approve 1, 2, and 3 collectively.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item C, general agenda. A, we're on time for that, aren't we?
to wait,
We're going to wait.
probably.
What time is that one for?
Have a couple minutes yet.
Okay. Do you want to go
We
in?
need to go to number 2.
Recommend approval for issuance of beer and liquor licences by the Iowa Department of Commerce for the following. A, renewal of Class C beer permit, Class B wine permit, Sunday sales, Dollar General Store at 814 Superior Street. B, renewal of a Class E liquor licence, Class B native wine permit, Class B beer permit, and Sunday sales for Casey's General Store 30 at number 3054 at 700 Superior Street. Renewal of a Class C beer permit and Sunday sales for Dock Stop number 9 at 407 Close Drive. And renewal of a Class B beer permit, outdoor service and Sunday sales for Hamilton County Fairgrounds, excludes racetrack, 1200 Bluff Street. How would you like to?
I move to approve collectively.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item, what's the time?
Still got a couple minutes.
Item 3 is a resolution setting a time and a place for a public hearing on proposed sale of city-owned property located in Lawn Hill Addition, Webster City, Iowa, for 1421 2nd Street on February 18th at 5:35 p.m. You want to do all these separately? We've got.
Yeah, I think we need to because they're separate resolutions.
You're right.
So,
So this is just setting time and place for the sale of that property. So
So moved.
Second.
all those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item 4 is a resolution setting a time and place for a public hearing on the proposed sale of city-owned property located in Dubuque and Pacific Railroad Addition, Webster City, Iowa, at 827 Water Street for February 18th at 5:35 p.m.
So moved. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Item 5 is a resolution setting a time and place for a public hearing on proposed sale of city-owned property located in Wilson, Funk and Co's Addition, Webster City, at 921 James Street for February 18th at 5:35 PM.
So moved. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item 6 is a resolution setting a time and place for public hearing on proposed sale of city-owned property located in Jones and Smith's Addition of Webster City, Iowa, which is 806 Stockdale Street, February 18th at 5:35 PM.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion
Now we can
approved.
go back.
Item,
We can probably go back.
where are we at? Public hearing on proposed plans and specifications for a proposed form of contract and estimate of costs for the 2019 rehabilitation and repair project. Where am I at? Item A, public hearing on, I did that, didn't I? I will open the hearing. Do you want to, we bring Ken up, talk about it? Come on, Ken.
Guess I would entertain any questions. There's 6 locations that we need to fix. This is the, if you remember correctly, we went out for bid on this once before, and our bids came in too high. And so now we rebid it, and the bids came in at a reasonable price, and so it is now before you.
Anyone have any questions for Ken? Okay, thanks, Ken. I'll open the hearing. Are there any written objections?
No written objections?
Are there any oral objections?
No oral objections?
We'll close the hearing. A call for a motion on the resolution too far ahead. Finally approving and confirming plans, specifications and form of contract and estimate of costs for the 2019 sewer rehabilitation and repair project.
So moved. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. I call for a motion on the resolution awarding contract for 2019 sewer rehabilitation and repair project to Nels Pedersen Company Incorporated of Badger, Iowa, in the amount of $150,807.
So moved. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item 1B and C, both public hearings for construction and furnishing materials on the 2018-19 electrical underground conversion project have been cancelled. Did you want to talk on that at all, Ken? Just so that everybody knows. It came in well over.
Yeah, they came in just, I don't wanna say ridiculously high, but they came in way over budget and way over the engineer's estimate. And the engineer had 3 different people provide him with the same estimate that he got, and so he was pretty confident that his estimate was right on line, but it did come in. So what is going to happen with this is you will see this February 18th. We will set the public hearing for April 1st and rebid it. We will reduce the scope of the project. We will eliminate one area completely and see how the bids come in, and maybe the bids will be a little bit more favorable. So that's,
Is there one area that was just more difficult, or?
yeah, it was the south area, number 3. I don't have the map on this one, but they're the 2 areas, 1 and 2, which are kind of Madsen Avenue, and the other area is kind of around the Trinity Lutheran Church in that area. So those 2 areas, actually the area number 1 really needs to be done. We need to do something with that area. So if we don't, we're gonna be putting poles back up, and that's not cost effective for us to put poles back up and
Well,
redo it.
yeah. Well, unfortunately, they were the two of these places were the ones we had trouble with in the storms last year, weren't they? So-
Exactly, yeah. So anyway, that's where we're at.
Okay. Thanks, Ken. So I call for a motion to reject all bids for the 2018-19 electrical underground conversion project.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So we're down to
Number 7.
7. It's a second reading of a proposed ordinance, an ordinance continuing the downtown Webster City self-supported municipal improvement district pursuant to the provisions of Chapter 386 of the Code of Iowa and providing for the continuation of a fund and levy of annual taxes in connection therewith. Carla's working. Did you want to?
Yeah, and there's,
Schmid.
I haven't heard any comments, Carol, of you since the first reading, so.
No, I have not.
Anyone need any explanation on it?
I move to approve.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item 8 is the first reading of a proposed ordinance, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Webster City, Iowa, 1996 by amending Chapter 185 pertaining to sidewalks. Anyone have any questions on this one?
So this is just to avoid future, repair of the sidewalk to match
Yeah.
what's
bricks.
currently there, right?
Yeah.
It's the bricks issue is what it is ultimately. We don't want somebody repairing the sidewalk in the future that just puts cement back in and doesn't put the bricks that correspond to the adjoining property owners.
So this arose from somebody wanting to do that, right?
Right, and just the age of eventually you're gonna have others that are gonna be doing it in the downtown area, most likely, just because it was 2000 was when the work was done on the original.
I think they've had some settled a little.
Yeah, so there's gonna be more going on.
So they didn't see where it was specifically written that you had to put the bricks back, so.
Is there readily a supply of bricks? I mean, if those are 20 years, and does the city have any stockpile anywhere for repair, or?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything special about these bricks by any means, but.
It's just like the regular,
You mean to like, they look like to match the
well,
color?
I was thinking paving type bricks and stuff like that. I mean, it's not a paving brick per se, is it?
Yeah, I think it is a paving brick, yeah.
It's solid, yeah, and it's like a red clay.
Okay.
No, it sounds, I mean, yeah, this ordinance sounds like it's needed then.
Yeah, it was one of those, probably a battle we'll have if we didn't correct it, so.
Yeah, we'll end up with a mosaic.
Keep it consistent in the future too, so.
So, call for a motion.
Move to approve. Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. Item 9 is a motion by the City Council recommending the award of the contract to the McKinley Cantor Drive and North Des Moines Street project to the low bidder, Heartland Asphalt Incorporated of Mason City, Iowa, to the Hamilton County Board of Supervisors. This one was fairly straightforward, really not a lot to do with us, but except that we do have to pay our piece. So, anyone want any clarification on anything? Ken will come up. Did you want to hear anything from Ken on it, so you know what we're... No?
All right.
Okay. Call for a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion approved. D is reports and recommendations of officers, boards and commissions. I don't think haven't had anything much, so I guess we'll get down to Zach's report.
So we've already talked about SMID. That was a big thing this last month. It's a lot of time to get that re-up for another 10 years. So you'll have one more reading on that, and then it'll be the process of getting it recorded and all that stuff to get it into effect, which we'll take care of. We've also, myself, Tim Danielson and Ken Wetzler have met a great deal with Greg Sint about the wastewater plant and just getting up to speed on that for your guys' sake, and we'll be talking about that actually later on tonight. And then the other big one is the junk vehicles in town. Myself, Shiloh Mork, Carla, and Elise have met a few times now on this whole issue. And we put together a plan that we'll be presenting to you guys at the next council meeting in regards to how we think best to address the junk vehicles and obviously get your guys' support, both financially and handling it, but also just your backing, because I'm sure there will be some phone calls as far as getting ahead of the issue, but it's getting out of control as you drive around town. Just the absolute amount of junk vehicles and on streets and in yards is pretty crazy. So
How long's the list, do you think?
a lot. Yeah, we figured there was easily 100 we could address right away. But we just don't have the space for it, so we're gonna have to work out, part of the plan is to work out an arrangement with a local towing company to store them in the meantime, just to start getting them moved.
So, excuse me, when they call it junked, is that without being licensed for X number of years?
Licensed for without being licensed for the previous 3 years, being inoperable, which means it's missing parts, the motor, or if it's missing a tire, it's considered a junk vehicle. Multiple tires, obviously we know if you're working on it, that's not junk, but if it's been sitting there, if it's, what they call it, a habitat for varmints, or essentially it's allowing creatures to live in it. You can tell, I mean, there are some that are completely destroyed, that are just sitting in people's yards, so, or on the road. That's the major issue, is the road one, so they're not doing us any favors, especially in this time of year.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, we've got item F, some closed session. Meet in closed session to discuss information relevant to the provision of wastewater service by the city utility as per Code Chapter 21.5A, 22.7, 3 and 6, and 388.9 pertaining to confidential and competitive information and records. So I call for a motion to go into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. We'll take a 5-minute recess. Thanks, everybody, for coming.